Good evening and welcome. Welcome to tonight. Welcome everyone. Welcome. I'm excited to be here. I know you can tell. I'm excited. I carry the energy and the zeal and the zest for 2 weeks to tonight's session. I hope you're ready. Thank you for joining me tonight and welcome. This is the weekly live webinar of the Advanced Launch community, and I bid you a very warm welcome. And I want to say thank you for joining me tonight. Well, last week, unfortunately, we weren't able to hold our sessions as per usual, but not to worry. Tonight's session is going to more than cover up for last week that you missed. And I want to say welcome to tonight's session. Tonight's session promises to be all that and so much more. And I'm excited to host you to tonight's session. Welcome again. This is the Advanced Lounge weekly live webinar. Every Thursday at 8 p.m. We're here, we're live, and we're doing this. Thank you so much for always keeping a day with us. Thank you so much for inviting people to join us. And if you are yet to do so, please invite somebody, invite your friends, invite your family members, invite your colleagues, invite your neighbors, invite somebody. These sessions are absolutely free and open to all, but they are packed with so much value that you don't want to miss out on it. So I want to say thank you for being here, and please invite somebody, share the link. Links are available. Just copy the link, share to somebody, invite someone, come and just tell them, come and hear, come and see for yourself. And I bet you that none of us are going back from this place the same way as we have come. The weekly live webinars, I've come to love, to look forward to, and to love just showing up, here on Thursdays by 8 p.m. to share some valuable truths with you. As you know, we are on a journey, and when you're on a journey, you need to get ready. You need to be equipped. You need to equip yourself. You need to kit yourself up properly. And these weekly live webinars are our means and our way of sharing knowledge, equipping ourselves, encouraging ourselves for our journey of personal growth. The weekly live webinars are brought to you by the Advanced Lounge community. The Advanced Lounge is a community, is a haven, it's a place that for people who are learning and growing and just aspiring to be more, to be a better version of themselves, to be a more valuable version of themselves, to be a more disciplined, more focused, more clear version of, more courageous, more bold, to take on the world and take on, to go on that journey, on their own journey. So we are in the lounge, we're in the community, we're in that haven, we're equipping ourselves, we are learning, we're growing, and we're just becoming better and better every day. And so the weekly live webinars are just one expression of the Advanced Launch community, where we come together, to learn, to share, and to just equip ourselves, to encourage ourselves, and to move forward. And out of everything that we do in the Advanced Lounge, the webinars, we have courses, we have programs, we have resources. Everything that we are doing in the Advanced Lounge, the focus is you. Yes, at the very crux of the matter, of everything that we do in the Advanced Lounge is you. Every program, every resource, every engagement is packaged specifically with the individual in mind, with you in mind. And so if you are yet to be a part of our communities, please join us, for everyday daily engagements and content that we share, just to equip us. But for the weekly live webinars, they happen every Thursday at 8 p.m. when we come together and we just do this. So I want to say thank you again for joining us. Tonight is going to be very special. Tonight we're asking a question. We're supposed to have asked and answered this question last week, but due to unforeseen circumstances, we couldn't do that. So that question has been carried over to today, and we're going to do justice to this. We're going to do justice to this question. The question is, what do you really want? I want you to allow that question. Let it sink into your mind. Let it simmer in your mind. Ask yourself, and throughout, the course of this class, we're going to attempt to unpack that so that you can go away from this place, not just thinking about it, but that you are able to begin to answer that question and to begin to unravel all its ramifications for you. So, what do you really want? This is what we're looking at tonight in this week's edition of the Advanced Lounge Weekly Live webinar. This is a question you can't afford to avoid. Let me write in the comment section, I can't afford to avoid it. This is one question that you can't afford to avoid. What do you really want? What do you really want? Let me write in the comment section, what do I really want? Ask yourself the question. This is a deeply personal and mind-shifting session, and I want you to sit tight. I want you to buckle your seatbelt. I want you to get your writing materials. Most especially, I want you to come with your learning attitude intact as we begin to unpack and unravel this question. What do you really want? My name is Tracy Akpera. I'm a personal success coach. I'm the founder and the anchor of the Advanced Launch community. My job, I love my job. My job is to show you the possibilities that exist for you. You may have never considered it, but there are heights for you to climb. There are territories for you to take. There are grounds for you to cover. And my job is to show you the mind-blowing, the limitless and endless possibilities that exist for you. Yes, I'm choosing my words carefully. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm not here to inspire you. I'm here to tell you as it is that there are mind-blowing, there are limitless, and there are endless possibilities open to you. You have just never considered it. My job is to show you those possibilities and to begin to help you to bridge the gap between where you are and where you ought to be. You are going to begin to navigate and move, and I will help you on that journey as you navigate and as you move from where you are to where you really ought to be. So are you ready for tonight? We're about to get into it. We are about to get into it. In the Advanced Lounge, our vision is to help you to move forward with purpose. There are too many people that are moving forward, but just with anyhow. They are just taking, oh, what will be. Let's see as it goes. Let's take each day as it comes. None of that around here. In the Advanced Lounge, it is our vision to empower you to move forward with purpose. And tonight, to add to that in your life, we're going to be looking at, what do you really want? Your personal growth journey is a deeply personal journey. And this is the most amazing thing to me, about what we do, is that while everything that we are doing is fit for the individual, is fit also for as many people as desire to come into it. And so you are here, you are going to be hearing me speak, and you're going to be able to take what you are hearing me say, and you're going to personalize it. Yes, because your journey is unique to you. It's as unique. Your journey is as unique and distinct as you are. So you can be here 10, 20, 30, 100 people, 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people. You are listening to me, but you are able to take that which I'm saying, and you're going to personalize, you're going to own it, you're going to apply it in your own unique and distinct situation and circumstance. And it's also exciting. So are you ready? Let me write in the comment section, I'm ready, coach. Let's go. Yes, I'm ready. You can see I came into this class ready and raring to go. So what do you really want? And I'll start by asking you, have you ever noticed how it's easy to tell other people what they should do with their lives? It's easy for you to tell a child, a spouse, a parent even, a colleague, a neighbor. It's easy for you to look at somebody and feel like you automatically know what they should be doing or where they should be going. It's easy to say, change that job, or you should end that relationship, or you should start this business, or you should do that, you should do this, you should do that. We always seem to have a good, like, we have clarity. We have, when it comes to others, we have like a good handle on everything that should be happening in the life of somebody else. But the moment somebody looks you in the eye and asks you, what do you really want? Suddenly we freeze, we pause, we start to stammer, we are uncomfortable. Why are you asking me that? The worst, I'm sure you've heard me, share my experience. I must have been around 21, yes, maybe 20 or 21, when somebody asked me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? No, not somebody, the guy that is now my husband. He asked me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I was like, all the righteous indignation inside of me came up. Like, who are you? Who died and made you God? Why are you asking me five years from now? How will I know? Many times those questions make us uncomfortable. We don't want to face them. We rather, have to deal with what is happening in somebody else's life. We have an opinion, we have a suggestion, we have something to say when it comes to the lives of others. But when it comes to us, all of a sudden we are uncomfortable. You don't want to answer those questions. We pause, we freeze, we start to stammer, because the reality is that many of us do not really know what we want. Hey, guys, I need you to be here. I need you to be present. This is very, very important and integral to your journey of growth and success. Many people don't know what they want. Many people don't know what they want, and so we live life on autopilot because it's just easier. When somebody say, oh, is this way they are going, all of us will run that way. Oh, this is the rainy thing now, this is the trend now, we run after trends, we run after this, we follow trends, because we don't want to be left behind. And so we just keep moving. We keep moving day in. You just wake up, you bath, you go out, you come back, you sleep, you wake up, you bathe, you go, you come. And that is how we keep on going. And then days turn into weeks, into months, into years. And then people are just living lives like that, moving forward, but moving towards nothing in particular, just moving in the general direction, really as if we're just coasting on a wave. We're just going wherever life takes us, let's just go. Basically, not living life just on autopilot. So this is why tonight's conversation is very important. This is not about setting goals. It's about confronting the question. I was talking to the guys in the boot camp. The 2025 cohort 3, kicked off last week. And I was telling them that many times we think life is about setting goals. This is why we go into a new year and people are just, setting goals, having new year resolution, and that is where it stops. This is not about that. You've never sat yourself down to ask yourself, what do you really want? See, this is the question that changes everything. Are you ready for this session? I need your confirmation. I need to know, are you ready for this session? Because as I said, this is the question that you can't afford to avoid, and this is the question that will change everything for you. By the end of this session, it is my hope, and it is the goal that you will not only begin to answer that question, but also that you'll be able to find the courage to actively pursue it. So we are getting in now. But let's go. Yes, let's go. Okay, why does this question really matter? This question, I said, this is the question that could change everything for you. So why does it really matter? What does it mean to want something? A want is a deep yearning, a desire, that shapes your decisions, it shapes your direction, it shapes your destiny. Knowing what you want is the first step. If you don't know what you want, there is really nothing that you can build on. The very first step to moving forward, to having that direction, to going towards that place of destiny, to be able to take the right decisions and the right actions and the right choices, is to build on what do you really want. That is the first step. That is the first step to your clarity and to growth. That is the very first step that you need to your clarity and to your growth. And that immediately tells us when you don't really know what you want. Sometimes if we scratch our head long enough, we can be able to say one or two things, but you need that clarity that anybody you are talking to, or you're interacting with, immediately knows that this is this person, this is where this person is going, this is what this person wants out of life, and this is the direction, this is the clear and focused direction that this person is headed towards. This living life on autopilot, it is causing more harm. And this is exactly what I see interacting with people, in the community, in the work I do in boot camp and all that. It is that many people are just living life, and many of us are content to just live that life, not understanding that there is a world of possibilities open to us when we are a bit more intentional and we are deliberate about what we are doing. We just go about, doing, oh, this is what society wants. Oh, this is where I'm from. This is what they used to do in my family. This is how we used to do. Every first male child used to go and kill a lion. and we just go according to what other people are saying, what culture is saying, what society is saying, what family wants. All that is good, but you need to sit down and really ask yourself, in the grand scheme of affairs, what do I really want? Because without that clarity, you will find out. And I read this somewhere. This was so it was, it was mind blowing. I saw this somewhere, that when you don't have that clarity, it's like you are climbing a ladder. You know how before you climb a ladder, you have to lean your ladder against a wall, and you find out that you have been climbing a ladder. You have been really, doing all the what it takes. You've been applying yourself. You've been climbing a ladder. You've been climbing a ladder. You've been climbing a ladder, only to discover that your ladder was against the wrong wall. So maybe your ladder was supposed to be against the wall of, for instance, aviation, and then you have been climbing, you have been doing all the things, after they say, the corporate ladder, right? We have been climbing, but all of us, all you did not know that you were not supposed to lean your ladder against aviation. Maybe you're supposed to have leaned your ladder against education. And then you find out that at the end of the day, after all is said and done, that your ladder was against the wrong wall. What went wrong? You did not ask and answer the question effectively. What do you really want? And this is very key. This is not only key, it is critical. This is very key, and it is critical because there is a danger when you do not know what you really want, when you are just open, you are open to whatever is happening, whatever. my sisters here would my sisters here would would relate to that. Whatever. No, not whatever. There is a danger to not knowing what you really want. There is a danger, and the danger is confusion. Can you imagine? And this is the real situation of so many people. After 10 years, after 20 years, you now discover that you are climbing the ladder against a wall. Like, this is not where you should have been, like, at all. This is not where you should have been. There is something else that you should have been doing. That confusion, it leads to frustration. And many people are living in that state, a state of confusion, a state of frustration, because things are not going as they would like them to. And the reason is very simple: they are not where they are supposed to be. And so there is a lot of confusion, there's a lot of frustration. But guess what? Many people are like, oh, what will I do after 10 years, after 20 years? What am I supposed to do? Let me just manage here. Let me just manage here. And this is how we got to where we are. Why? Because we did not stop to find out, what do you really want? But I'm here to tell you, guys, I'm here to remind you that it doesn't matter how long, it doesn't matter how far you have climbed that ladder. Now is the time. They say the best time was yesterday. The next best time is right now. What if you have done 20 years? Agreed. But what if there is 20 more or 40 more or 50 more years? Are you going to continue like that just because, oh, I've been here for so long? What do I do now? This is the time for us to reassess, for us to go back to that question. It doesn't matter how long. You must consider that there is still more time ahead of you. It doesn't matter how long you have more, but that there is more time ahead of you. And what are you going to do now? The best time to have asked that question was yesterday. Yes, I agree. But the next best time for you to ask that question is right now. Because that confusion, that frustration is not about to go. Please let me write in the comment section, I'm ready to ask the hard questions. I'm ready to ask the hard question. What do you really want? And I put really there because really, you must find out what you really want. And then you must begin to, sustain the courage and the boldness to actually pursue it. But the danger of not knowing what you really want, first, confusion that leads to frustration. Secondly, you become vulnerable to external pressures and control because you are not where you are supposed to be, because you have not asked the question, at the time that you're supposed to ask it. then you become vulnerable. You become open to control because you are not where you are supposed to be. You had not asked the question at the right time. And so comes the pressure, the pressures, and external control. You are now open to everybody. Everybody has an opinion. That is the point. That is the point that people get to. And everybody has an opinion about everything, and everybody has a say in your life, just because you are now in a tough spot. I made a post yesterday, was it? I said that you are in a tough spot and you put yourself there, and there's only one way out, is to begin to ask yourself the right question and take responsibility and begin to chart your way out of that place, because there is still room ahead of you to live the life that is fulfilling, that is satisfying, that will bring you joy, and that you will leave a lasting legacy. Another danger of not knowing is that you waste energy. You waste energy pursuing goals, pursuing aspirations that aren't really yours. You are wasting energy. And this is the danger, because if we had stopped to ask ourselves the question at the right time, whether it's 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, it doesn't matter the time, but we are here now. Many of us have already wasted energy, and many of us, that is why I said the webinars are open to us. Or can you imagine somebody at 16 or 17 or 18 listening to me and having to sit down and ask themselves, what do I really want? Can I imagine that I was 18, or even say I was 21 when I was asked that question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I had sat down to really, really think about it. What do I really want? Where do I really want to see myself in the next 5 years? Do you know the heartache I would have saved myself? Would have saved ourselves a ton of energy that we wasted doing so many things, that did not really resonate with us. So that waste of energy is a danger. But as I said, the next best time is now. Another danger of not knowing is that you sabotage your own potential, because you are not aligned. So you find yourself going against yourself because you are not aligned. You sabotage your own effort. You use your own hand to sabotage your own self, just because you are not where you are supposed to be. And all this could have been avoided. The confusion, the frustration, the being vulnerable to external pressures and control, the wasting of energy, the sabotaging your own potential. All this could have been avoided, if we had sat down to ask ourselves the question, what do you really want? Please ask yourself in the comment section. This is the time for you to ask yourself the question again. Write your name and ask yourself in the comments, what do you really want? Tracy, what do you really want? It's a deep, deep question, but you must sit down and ask yourself. Many times, we are making choices, we're making decisions, we're taking actions just to please people, to please parents, to please relationships, because everybody else is doing it. That should not be your business. Everybody else is doing that's okay. But what do you really want? You must ask that question, and you must answer it, and you must sustain the courage and the boldness to pursue it, and pursue it relentlessly. So we're going to look at the 3 layers of want, so that you are not misguided. There are 3 layers, and many times we stop at the first layer, and that is not where to stop. So the 3 layers of want, and you're going to do this with me in the comment section. The first layer of want is surface want. Let me write in the comment section, surface want, like on the surface. This is where most people stop, and they say you should be grateful, you should be happy, you should just be content, you should be thankful, all that. But that is just the first level. Why stop at the first level where there are heights? And I started this class by telling you that there are heights for you to climb, there are grounds for you to cover, there are territories for you to take. And now is the time. Now is the time. Yes, yesterday might have been a better time. Yes, when you were 18, you were 20. And if you are 18 and you are 20 and you are here, and you are blessed, write in the comment section, I'm blessed. See, and own it. You are blessed. because this is the time that you should be hearing this. And if you are old and you are here, there is not, no, there is still time for us to begin to course correct and ask ourselves this question. The three levels of want, surface wants, those are the immediate needs of money, of job status. Those are the surface needs. Write in the comment section, surface needs. And this is where many of us stop. So you've gotten that job, and you're able to meet your needs. You have the money, you can, flex yourself, you can do this, you can do that, you have the job status, you are this, you are a graduate trainee, you are an executive assistant, you are executive trainee, you are a this, you are a that. All good. The first layer of want is this is where you are, this is what you are able to meet. And unfortunately, this is where most of us stop for years and years. The immediate needs of money, of a job status, and all the things that these things can get us. Surface wants. But don't stop here. Let me write in the comment section, I'm not stopping here. You mustn't stop here. This is where many people, you find them and you have a conversation with them. You may even be one of them. Many of us stop here at the immediate needs, at the surface wants. So once we are able to meet this surface wants, oh, we have arrived. Please remove "I have arrived" mentality from your brain. You have not arrived anywhere. Hey, let me write the comment section, I have not arrived though. You must tell yourself this truth. You must own it. You have not arrived anywhere. You have not arrived anywhere. There are still heights, like on top of you. There are heights, and I gave that example with the ladder, right? There are still layers and layers of that ladder for you to climb. There are heights for you to climb. There are territories for you to take. There are grounds for you to cover. You have not arrived anywhere. It's not if you are even at the surface level where you are meeting your immediate needs of the basic needs. You have not arrived. So this is the first level, the first layer of surface ones. And this place is where many people tarry 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and they say, I'm waiting for retirement. Please, let me write the comment section, I'm not there anymore. You can't be found here. There is more. There is more. Write in the comment section, there is more. After the surface ones, you now have the deep ones. The deep ones, these are the ones that are value driven. And many people never even get here. So the peace of mind, the finding of purpose, the walking in freedom, many people are not here. Many people have not even gotten to this place. So we must begin to navigate from the immediate want of a job, of money, and all the things that job can buy, to begin to have get to the layer of being driven by our values, to find peace of mind. So what do you really want? When you're able to answer the questions of what do you really want in a place where you are having peace of mind, there are many of us that don't have peace of there are many of us that don't have peace of mind. Many of us that don't have peace of mind. We don't we have these things that we wake up and we go to, no peace of mind, but say, what can I do? How can I do? Well, today you know what you can do. You will start by asking yourself the question, what do you really want? And when you begin to answer the question, that what do you really want, when your answers begin to transcend the level of money, the things that money can buy, house, car, job, and all that, then you begin to enter into the realm of deep wants, where you are now being more value driven. So you are looking for peace of mind, you are looking for purpose, you are looking for freedom. Yes, you are beginning to transcend the layer, the surface layer, and you are going deeper. Please let me write in the comment section, I'm going deeper. You must go deeper, because there is more. There is no reason why you should stop at the surface when you can go deeper. There is more. Yes, I'm waiting for your comments. There is more, where you are driven by your values. But there is another level. There are three levels. So we have looked at the surface ones, we have looked at the deep ones, but there is the highest level where you are looking at the core ones, where your answers to the question, what do you really want, are driven by your identity. It is now who you are becoming, is who you are. What you want is consistent with who you are becoming, with your legacy. This is where we should be. So this is where you should be. So I want to give an example so that we can tie all this together. So surface wants are like the leaves of a tree. So they are seasonal. You know how the leaves of a tree can be green this season and be brown next season. So the surface wants are like the leaves of a tree. They are subject to change. So you can want a car today. Tomorrow you can want a house. Tomorrow you can want money in your account. Tomorrow you can. So those are surface wants. They can change. Then the deep ones are like the branches. These are the things that are firmer and they reveal the shape of your values. But you want to go towards the core ones, which are like the roots. Your core ones hold you steady your entire life. They hold your entire life steady because they are deep. They are consistent with who you are. And that is why I say your journey, what the successes that you want in life, are going to ride on top of the person that you are becoming. You want to become that version of yourself that is more excellent, that is more focused, that is more clear, that is more courageous, more confident, more bold. That is that version of you that is able to hold on to the successes that you want. And that requires a process where you are becoming, a process where you are transforming, where you are changing into this entirely new version. Are you ready? Are you ready? What do you really want? But this is where your answer is going towards. That person that is able to deliver, is able to hold on to the results, the outcomes that you really want. What do you really want? Let me write in the comment section. It's becoming it's becoming clearer. I'm seeing it now. You must see it because for so long they've told us, the society around us, they've told us that we should be content with job and money and car and house. All those things are good. All those things are good, and there's nothing wrong with it. But we must go beyond that level because many of us are trapped at that place and we cannot move forward just because every day, your day in and day out, is about nothing else than to meet those surface wants. But there is something more. So you must begin to transcend from the surface ones to the deep ones and then to the core ones. Because when challenges, when pressures come, when challenges come, what they do is that they begin to attack those surface and they begin to reveal something deeper. And if there is nothing deeper, then your guess is as good as mine. There is nothing to be shown. So we must build capacity to the place where everything that we really want is driven by the person, the identity, driven by the person, that we are becoming, that we have become, that the answers to the question, what do you really want, is no longer dependent on some frivolous thing somewhere. It is consistent with who we are becoming. And it is who we are becoming that we deliver to us the things, that the success, the kind of sustainable and sustained success that we really want. So, what do you really want? The answer to that question is in these three layers. You will find yourself, what level are you at? And there is no shame. I always say that the weekly live webinars, we deliver truth and it comes to you like fire, like it's coming to you back to back. But it's not to attack you. The only way for us to grow, is to have a knowledge, a clear understanding of where we are. That gives us, when we have that clarity, then we begin to understand what we must begin to do to begin to navigate and go from where we are to where we really want to be. So that clarity is important. And that clarity comes from understanding where exactly you are at these three layers. And there is nothing to be ashamed of. I know for a fact that more than 70% of people will be at surface wants. But there is nothing wrong with that. This class is for you to understand, okay, there is something more, and to know exactly what more there is for you, and then how you can begin to move. There is more. I'm ready to move. You must be ready. You cannot stay stuck at one place. We cannot get stuck at one level and just stay there like that is all that there is. But there are barriers. Many of these things won't just drop on you. It's not the way I'm saying it. They won't just drop on you. For you to begin to have that clarity, there are barriers, there are all kinds of things contending. And that is why many times many people just say that, oh, it's too hard. Oh, yeah, there's no need. Let's just be managing where we are. We have gone beyond managing. We must move forward. Let me write the comment section. I'm ready to move, coach. I'm ready to move. And this is the beauty of the advanced lounge. This is what we have figured out. We have figured it out that this thing, it's all about you. I know many of us, there is nobody that doesn't want good for themselves. There is nobody really. If I ask you, you want good things, but the issue is always on what how do I go about this? There is no other answer. It's back to you. The focus is on you. Everything you need is right inside of you. What we do in the advanced lounge, what we do through all the programs, the Be More Accountability Bootcamp, with the courses that we run, the resources that we have, everything that we do is that we equip you with the resources, the tools, and the support that you need to be able to bring everything that is inside of you. There is huge potential inside of you. You have abilities that you know nothing about. You are yet to discover yourself, but with the help of the resources and the tools that we have, that you are able to sit down and bring these things forth. We have the resources, the tools, and the support to enable you to think, to plan, and I want to congratulate you for being in this particular webinar. And I need you to sit with this. We're not yet done. I need you to sit with this webinar again and listen, and take out the notes and sit down and do the work and join us. All our online communities are available, on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, and then let's do this together. It's always best to work in a community, but you must equip yourself. If you don't, no matter your good intentions, no matter how good your intentions, your desire, and as I'm talking, you feel yourself, oh, I really need to do something. Your intentions are good, your desires are good, but only to the extent that you do something about it. Because the world is not built to support you. There is so much barrier to you obtaining clarity, and we're going to look at some of the barriers to your clarity now. There is noise. Too much noise. We have the opinion of others, we have the opinion on social media, we have the opinions of siblings or parents, opinions of so many people, many of those people even well-meaning, but many people are pushing you to what they think they know. And it is always easier to look at somebody else's life and try to figure out for them. And there are many people that will try to figure out for you, well-meaning people, but you have to sit down and see, there is no other way. If not, you end back at where we spoke about, where there is confusion, there is frustration, you are vulnerable to pressures and external control. You must sit down and do the work. That is the only way to give yourself sustainable and sustained results, when you sit down and do the work. So there is noise everywhere. There is the opinions of others, there are friends around, everybody is trying to push you to do one thing or the other. It's a barrier. Another thing is fear. Many times we, our own selves, apart from the people around us, well-meaning people, most of them, some not so well-meaning, pushing us, bringing their own opinions and different things from different places. There is also the place of you yourself standing in your own way. You are afraid. You have done something for so long. You have been in this level of surface ones for so long. You have been managing your life, in quotes. We always say that, managing your life every day. You go out and you do your thing. You are a well-meaning person, just trying to make ends meet. And then here comes Coach Tracy asking you to answer the question, excuse me, what do you really want? And so all kinds of fear. Where do I start from? What do I do? Who do I meet? What if I fail? What if? And then we bombard ourselves with all these, questions, this fear, and we just whip up fear inside of us. All these are a barrier to us obtaining that clarity. Another huge barrier is conditioning, our environment, our family, societal conditioning, cultural conditioning, religious conditioning. Oh, that's not how we do it in our family, in our village, in our this. All these are barriers to clarity, for to you obtaining that clarity that you really, really desire. Remember, what we're talking about is, what do you really want as a person, as an individual? What do you really want? And that question is a question that seeks to give you clarity. But there are things, there are opposing forces that come to stop you, to keep you in the place. They just say, don't rock the boat, just be where you are. Or why are you trying to upset the balance? There is no balance anywhere. You are not balanced. So that thing, yeah, that is a false balance, unless you've been able to answer this question and be able to go beyond surface one to the deep ones, to the identity driven ones. Then you can say you are balanced. Until then, there is no balance anywhere. Another barrier to clarity is comparison. This comparison is a thief, is a huge thief. That measuring yourself against others. We'll look at Instagram, we'll look at Facebook, we'll look at social media, and we know you're just comparing, oh, this one, that one. That is everybody. And I started this class by saying that you are as unique as your journey. Your journey is as unique as you. There is no two, there's no two journey, there's no, they may be alike, but they can never be the same. Just like your fingerprints are unique. Do you know that in the whole world of how many billion people, there is nobody that has the same fingerprint as you? God is just amazing. And as this, in the same token, there is nobody who has the same destiny, that who has the same path, who is as unique as you. So you must understand who you are, and you must find your path. Let me write in the comment section. Write your name, find your path. Oh, everybody used to be a teacher in my family. Find your path. Oh, everybody used to be a doctor in my family. Find your path. My mom wanted me with the whole of her heart to be a doctor. God, I'm grateful that God did not allow it. It would have been a disaster. I was never supposed to. I can't even stand it at all. But she was well meaning. She meant well, doctors, the status thing, the earning thing, just the level of importance. She meant well, but it was never for me. And I'm glad that I didn't end up, because I'm telling you, it would have been a disaster. So stop. We must all find it. And the only way to find it is to ask yourself this really simple, very simple, but very deep question. What do you really want? Make sure that you are not living somebody else's dream. Many times, many people want to live vicariously through you. Don't make sure that you're not living anybody else's dream, wearing your own clothes. Like you are living somebody else's life. The only difference is that you are wearing your clothes and it's your face, but you're actually living somebody else's life. So we must ensure. Please let me write in the comment section. It's time to find my own path. And it doesn't matter whether you are 30, you are 40, you are 50. Now is the time. Now is the time. There is no better time. Yesterday was the best. There is no better time than now. Now, as you're hearing me talk. Next thing, we're going to go into the want framework. Want, W.A.N.T, the want framework. This is the framework that it's a practical tool, that will help you to begin to reflect on what is it that you really want. What is it that you really, really want? The first thing, I will look at the want framework, W.A.N.T. The first W is write it down. This is a very simple yet deeply reflective and very important exercise that you will do. You will do this, on your own. Write it down. When you write things down, it forces you to clarify. If it stays inside your head, it appears far. But once you write it down, it is tangible. When it's in your head, it's vague, it's slippery, you even forget it. But write it down until it's on paper. What you really want is not really tangible, does not really exist until you write it down. So what do you really want? The first W I want you to do is to write it down. And before you write anything down, you will sit down and you will really, really reflect. And there are no right or wrong answers. And you can write as many things as you want. Even if they are foolish things, they are good things, they are write as many things as you want. And then you take it from there. But the first step to answering the question, what do you really want, is to, and then you do this in having bearing it in mind that there are three levels, and that it doesn't matter the level that you are. The most important thing is for you to understand that there is room for you to navigate forward. So write it down. When you write it down, it forces you to clarify. If it stays in your head, remember I said that it will be far, it will be ambiguous, it will be as if it doesn't exist. So you need to write it down. When it's on paper, then it becomes tangible, it becomes something that you can look at and say, okay, this is something I can work with. So the first thing, let me write in the comment section, write it down. I said that this is a simple verb, but very practical and very that will force you to begin to think about some of these things that you have never thought about before. So what do you really want? Write it down. The next thing after writing it down is ask yourself why. This question, why, you must normalize asking yourself why. It is one of the questions I find a lot of people have issue. They don't know why. Many times you are doing something, you don't even know why you are doing it. We have never even considered. We just say, oh, it's like it's the natural, this is just the natural progression of life. When you finish secondary school, you go to university. When you finish university, you just go and you do you work. Then when you small work, then you marry, then you have children. Why? You must ask yourself why. So when you write down what you really want, then ask yourself why, and keep asking. It's not enough to ask yourself today. You will keep asking yourself why until you get to the root. And when you are asking yourself why, it often feels like you are peeling an onion. You keep peeling, you don't stop. You ask yourself why until you hit the core of the matter. So for example, I want money. Why? Why do you want money? You answer yourself, maybe for freedom. I want to be free. Why do you want freedom? You keep asking until you get to the root. So for everything that you have written down, for everything that you've written that you must ask yourself why, and you must get to the core. Remember, where you are getting to is the core. We are going beyond the surface to deep. We are going to the core. So you must keep asking yourself, ask yourself, and keep asking yourself until you get to that place, to that core, to the core root of whatever it is. That is, we are talking about write it down, which is W is for write it down. A is for ask yourself why. The N is for narrow your focus. So you remember I said when you're writing it down, you can want many things, you can write many things, but then you can want many things, but not all of them at the same time. So you begin to narrow your focus. For this season of your life. Okay, so you may be maybe 18 and in university, and you say, oh, I want a Lamborghini. That's not a bad thing to want, but you must understand that you cannot want everything. You want to pass your exam, you want Lamborghini, you cannot want everything at the same time. So narrow your focus. You cannot want everything at the same time. So what are we focusing on now? So you narrow your focus. So first of all, write it down. Second of all, you ask yourself why, then you narrow your focus. But when you are done this, the T is for take the first step. Many of us get stuck in this place. We now start, we have plans, we have blueprints, we have all this for taking the first. I told the guys in the boot camp, I mentioned that the Be More Accountability boot camp, the 2025 cohort 3, we began, last week. We're in the second week now, and I was telling the guys in the boot camp that in the course of the boot camp, we will get them to think, to plan, and to take action. Many people get to the point where they are making plans, but they are waiting for the perfect moment, they are waiting for the perfect minute, they are waiting for everything, all the sun to align, the moon, the stars, everything. They let the earth speak. No, you will take the first step. Yes, the only way that you will have clarity is through movement. Let me write in the comment section, movement. You will be moving. It's when you move on whatever it is, that is when it becomes clearer to you. You don't get clarity by sitting down and humming and meditating. No, you get clarity when you move. Many times, we said that one of the reasons, one of the things that gets in the way, one of the barriers to clarity is us and our fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of all kinds of fear that we have. And the only way to overcome it is movement. Let me write the comment section, movement. Movement. You must take the step. You must take the step, whatever it is. You want to write the book, take the step. You want to open it, take the step. Take the step. Move forward. It is in that movement that you are able to have clarity. So the want framework. Let me write it down in the comment section. W is for write it down. Let me write in the comment section. W is for write it down. A is for ask yourself why. N is for narrow your focus. And T is for take the first step. Don't wait for don't wait for perfection. Don't wait for, there's no perfection anywhere. I always say it. The name of the game in personal development, the name of the game is process. When you engage your process, you will see progress. It's not even progress. Many people are focused on, let me know whether I'm moving forward. No, just engage your process. When you are engaged and you are fully invested in your process, you will see progress. So go and do all this. It's a really simple framework, but engage it and you see, you begin to become clearer. When somebody asks you, what do you really want, you find that you have a lot of things figured out. Maybe not all things, but you will have a lot of things figured out. And this applies to every area of your life. Every area of your life. That's why I love personal development. I'm in love with what I do. I honestly, I believe that is the answer in this world, is the answer to all of your problems. Yes. Many times people like to say, oh, I have a problem. Is my father's mother's brother's uncle's somebody in the village that did it, or is something. Many times we rather focus on somebody or something outside of there. No, I believe that personal development, when you begin to focus on building yourself, you will build capacity to excel. You will build capacity to deliver value. When you enter your marriage, you'll be delivering value. Your husband, your spouse will see your value. There'll be no problem. When you enter your workplace, you will deliver value. In your parenting, in the nation, you are delivering. In your church, in your mosque, everywhere you are delivering value. Why? Because you have focused on building a superior and a valuable version of yourself. And guess what? When you enter a space, people see it. Yes. When you have built up yourself, when you have invested in yourself, when you open your mouth to speak, people reckon with you. If I just like, oh, people are just nodding at what you have done the work. So what we are talking about what do you really want, you will see the impact by figuring these things out. You will see the impact in every aspect of your life, whether it's your career, your relationships, your finances. Your career, every aspect of your life, your physical health, your spirituality. When you are able to answer the question, it is going to impact every aspect of your life. And it's a really simple equation. I figured it out. You are the common denominator in your life. So in every aspect of your life, if you bring a film of your life, whether it's your marriage, your parenting, whether it's your workplace, your whatever it is, you are the common denominator. Once they bring you out of that space, it's no longer a part of your life. So since you are the common denominator, success in those aspects of your life depends on you. So you cannot see, without even being me trying to convince you, is that when you invest in yourself, when you invest in your growth, your personal growth journey, it automatically, like magic, it begins to have an effect on all these aspects of your life. So this is your invitation. Ensure that you are doing this for yourself. I know that it is more it's more many times we are more giving. Let me go and see how I can do this thing. We are looking to how to fix different aspects of your life. Stop, calm down, turn that focus on you. This is why in the advanced land, as we say that the focus is on you, the energy that you are trying to fix this and fix that. Stop, turn it and invest it in yourself, and become that version of yourself. Become that more superior version of yourself, that when you show up, everybody knows that you have shown up. Do we have a deal? Do we have a deal that going forward they are going to take this more seriously? Because really, success in every aspect of your life, depends on you. So I want to ask you a question. I want you to quickly, if you'd love to, just put in the comment section. If money was not an issue, like if you had all the billions of dollars that you needed in this life, if money was not an issue, if you are not going to reckon with the opinions of anybody, and even fear, any kind of fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of success sef, if every kind of fear was out of the way, what would you truly want? What would you truly want? You can take 30 seconds to think about it, and then if you want to, you can share in the comment section. But if you think it's very personal to you, just find I always encourage journaling. This cohort of the boot camp is closed, but I want you to look forward to the next cohort, which will be next year. This is the 2025 cohort of the Be More Accountability Boot Camp, is the last cohort for this year. The next cohort will be in quarter one of next year. I want you to put an eye out on that. The reason is that you need a structure. You need someone to work with on this journey. It can be pretty overwhelming. You need somebody to you need a system that supports you. You need a system that gives you the structure for you to just thrive, to just go on that journey, just know what to do, and then to have the best of outcomes. So and I always encourage journaling. So get a journal and normalize writing. You can just date it, write your thoughts in a book. Write it for you, not for anybody. So you want to write in your journal. What is it? What would you truly want? If nothing was a concern to you, what would you really want? So you have gone beyond surface wants. You are looking at core wants, deep wants, and core wants. So look at that and write it. If you want to share in the comment section, you're welcome to share. But you must go beyond actually figuring out what is it that you want, and really being able to take action. Because the question, what do you really want, is meant to bring you clarity. But beyond the clarity, from that clarity, you are going to have a conviction. You're going to have a conviction that when you are clear about what you are called to do, when you are clear about what is it that you really want, there is this audacity, there is this conviction that it gives you. It doesn't matter. But once you are convinced, you have this. Once you are clear, you have this conviction, and with that conviction comes a courage. There is just this courage that I can just go and do this thing. And because you have that courage, come what may, whether you are not, whether it's failing, whether you're not getting the result you want just yet, it helps you to begin to continue take action to take action every day. Take action every day, to keep at it. And I always tell the guys in the boot camp that it's not that the journey is not linear. The journey of personal growth is not linear. I think, yes, it was in the masterclass one that we took. I was telling them that the journey is not linear. Disabuse your mind. The journey is not linear. There are lots of things to the journey. But when you are clear, when you have this clarity, and the question, what do you really want? That is why it is a question that you cannot afford to avoid. You cannot avoid it. You need to answer the question. You need to be going on that journey, because it's a question that benefits you in all ramifications. That clarity gives you a conviction, and that conviction gives you the courage to keep on moving and taking action. The most powerful thing you can do for your future, can do for yourself, is to get really clear on what you really want, and stop and refuse to live on borrowed desires of what people, the opinions of others, the choices of others, the decisions of others. Is to be really clear on what you want, and refuse to live on people's borrowed desires. Let that sink in. Stop living on borrowed desires. Please let me write in the comment section. I will stop living on borrowed desires. Everybody has an opinion, and it is not late. I said the best time was yesterday. The next best time is right now for you to begin to sit with this and begin to ask the right questions, begin to get clear on it. We're here to support you. This is what we do. So if you are not yet a part of our communities, please join us in the advanced lounge. We'll put the links in the comments. Our online communities on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on X now, formerly Twitter, and then if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. Every day in our online communities, we are posting content, we are engaging in ways that will equip you for the journey. It's not a jamboree, we're not singing and dancing. Every day we are putting out content that will spark something in your mind, and everything we are doing is to equip you to become that better version of yourself. So at the advanced lounge is your space, is for space for growth, for accountability. We have courses, we have programs, we have resources, we have tools. We'll put all that information. You want to be a part of this. This is the time to be jumping up and down has passed. Now is the time for serious business, because many of us, especially those of us that have had some time pass, we don't have the luxury of time. We need to start now to begin to do things differently, so that we can have different outcomes. And the advanced lounge is the community that you need to belong to. Membership in the community is absolutely free. Membership is free. You'd benefit greatly for being just a member of the community. And of course, you want to take your journey further, then we are there to support you. We are there to provide the systems, the support, the accountability, and that you need to begin to move forward. So my call to you tonight, join us. We'll put the links in the comment section. Please join us. Don't just exist. Many of us are just existing. This is a call for you, not just to exist, but to live with intention. Let me write in the comment section. I will live with intention. It calls for you to be deliberate, to be intentional, to live with intention. Let me write in the comment section. I will live with intention. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It has been, I told you that we brought the energy of two weeks in a row. So from last week to this week, we brought you the energy, and I hope that we've been able to spark something deep inside of you. You must sit with that question: what do you really want? We've provided you with a framework that you can walk through that. Please sit down and engage. Don't just listen for the sake of information. Information and knowledge is good, but you must go beyond that to begin to take appropriate action that will give you the results that you desire. I said that at the end of this class, it was my hope that you will not just only begin to answer the question, what do you really want, but that you will find courage and you say, we said that when you are clear, you have a conviction, and then you have the courage to begin to take consistent action. So you need to answer the question, what do you really want? Because answering that gives you clarity, and gives you with that clarity comes the conviction. And with that conviction, you find the courage to begin to take consistent action, to begin to have the results that you want. Oh, it has been an amazing session. I've had an absolute wonderful time sharing with you tonight on the topic, what do you really want? A question that you cannot afford to avoid. I hope you've had as much fun as I've had, and that you are going here with not just tons of knowledge, but with a resolution to begin to do things differently, so that you can have different outcomes. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please, if you have friends and colleagues, please share the links. Please invite people into our online communities if you're already part of the communities. If you are not, please join us on our online communities. We look forward to receiving you in the communities. We look forward to having you as part of the program. We look forward to walking this journey with you. I know from my personal experience and from the experience of others that we are not to walk this journey alone. You need a system, you need structure, you need accountability to be able to navigate and have the tangible outcomes that you desire. And I look look forward to walking this journey with you. Thank you so much for being a part of this edition of the Advanced Lounge weekly live webinar. I look forward to receiving you in all of our online community. I'll be right there at the door. I'll be waiting at the door to let you in and to welcome you into our communities. But I also look forward to receiving you next week, Thursday at 8 p.m. sharp, when we engage in another edition of the Advanced Lounge weekly live webinar. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And please answer the question, what do you really want? And I trust that you contact even the courage to be able not just to answer the question, but be able to live with the courage to begin to live the life of your dreams and of your desires. Thank you so much for being a part of this. See you next week, Thursday at 8 p.m. sharp for another edition. Until then, I'm rooting for you always, and you can be more. Good night, everybody.